It is the Stand United campaign, the virtual day of giving right here at Scoreboards Restaurant. The crowd is picking up. We've got a DJ outside. We've got food, plenty of food for you. We've got drinks. We got whatever you want. And we're spacing. We're doing a good job with spacing, social distancing, 6 feet apart for each of the table out there. Everybody's doing a great job. And of course, 3 ways to give. Online, you can give online, or you can text Jaguar. Probably the safest, easiest way to do is text Jaguar, right?
Yeah, text Jaguar or give directly on our link. It's all over our Facebook and our Twitter page for everyone to give. So we are definitely encouraging online giving.
That's right.
And we're taking donations in-house. So we're taking cash, checks, cards. We're taking it all.
Taking it all, that's right. And the number to text Jaguar, text Jaguar 243725, or as she mentioned, walk up. This is Taylor Stewart, head of cheerleading, assistant director of marketing and development. You're everything.
Yeah, this is my baby today. So I'm really excited. I'm actually here to give a special announcement.
Okay.
So earlier today, we did reach over $10,000 of individual donor giving. We are really excited about that. But we want to double that before 8 o'clock. So we are really, really encouraging everybody to think deep and dig deep in their purses and their wallets and give to our student athletes who are exceptional on and off the court and in the classroom and who have had a rough time dealing with COVID.
Yep.
And we want to make sure that we're able to retain them going into the new year.
How long did it take for you to think about this, to do this event here today, the virtual day of giving?
So Coach Banks and I kind of floated around a virtual day of giving for a few weeks, and then he was kind of like, okay, well, when can we do it? And I was like, well, give me like 2 weeks. And here we are today, and it's great. We have all of our coaches out here. We have members of the system board. Mayor Broom is here.
That's right.
And it's really just awesome to see all of the community come out in social distancing and see so many smiles, even with masks on. It's great to be here.
Now, we've got several ways that you can view this on here, and one of them is what you deal with all the time is Facebook. Facebook is becoming a bigger part of Southern University. Is that more of a younger crowd, would you say, or is it both demos?
I think it's both. I think Facebook for us is filled with a lot of our alums and a lot of our season ticket holders, so we try to do a certain type of content for them. And then on Twitter, we've been really big today. We've been recognizing all of our great donors on Twitter. We're going to recognize them all on our website as well, because we want you to share with your friends that you gave to Southern University Athletics to encourage them to give as well. In the time that we're in right now, it's so important to give back to our HBCUs to make sure that they're still here.
No doubt about that. All right, Southern U Sports, that is for Facebook.
Yes.
What about Twitter?
Same thing.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Okay. I'm on Facebook, but not Twitter.
Yes, keep it simple.
So, and that is, how much, do you know how many hits we get on Facebook, or how many likes do we have?
Facebook, we have almost 25,000 likes.
Wow.
And on Twitter, we have almost 25,000 followers.
Wow.
So we're doing really well in the SWAC. We're one of the top programs to watch, not only on SWAC, but on the SWAC and MEAC surface. And I would take that to my team as well, who do well with the graphics, with the posting. We try to keep up to date of what's going on. We try to do creative things, the top 5 basketball players, the top NFL, who we try to support and, talk about our alums and different things of that nature to keep everybody engaged, because it's kind of hard to keep everybody engaged in this kind of climate.
Well, you're a young lady, beautiful young lady, and the thing about what I love about you is there's no project you don't want to tackle. I mean, you're constantly doing things. And again, I'm sure your parents got to be very proud of you because of the fact that you are a person that goes after it. You don't have to sit around for somebody to tell you what to do.
Yeah, no, my mom has always told me I'm a hustler.
Yep.
I have a hustler mentality. I'm going to go after it. I'm young. I'm very young to be in the position that I'm in as far as job positioning.
Yep.
So I make every effort to go above and beyond to prove that I'm supposed to be here in the space that I'm in.
Okay, I got to ask you, what's your ceiling? What's your goal?
I have no ceiling. I'd love to be at SWA one day.
Okay.
And more like a associate AD or senior AD over external communications, something in that avenue. But I'm a little far from there. So just kind of building my own resume, whether that's working in video content, working in development, marketing. I like to kind of just play around with all the areas just so I know I'm familiar with everything that involves external communications.
Now, you work a lot behind the scenes, but you also like to be in front of the scene on TV. You're a great face for Southern University TV.
Yes, thank you. I feel like I'm always getting called up here. This afternoon, my segment got a little shifted, so I thought I had thought I had beat the system.
Yeah.
And then they found me back up here, so always here to help.
So again, we got a lot of guests here, including Dr. Ray Belton will be here.
Yes.
We've got so many guests coming up. We've got so many surprises coming up. Hope to have a tally by the end of this deal. And like you said, we want to double that 10 grand.
Yeah, we want to double it. So that's the thing about it. You know, if you get 50 friends to get $50, if you get, you know, a friend to add a zero to whatever you give, that's how we make this happen. And that's how we give those student athletes a first-class experience here at Southern University.
No question about that. All right, Taylor, as always, thank you for what you do. You can see her, the head of cheerleading, and she walks around the area. She's not in front of them. She'll be in the stands and she'll look at them from a high. Sometimes I actually watch you to see her watching like a hawk. She watches those girls like a hawk. And guys, she does a great job for Southern University. Thank you for all the things you do.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. All right, we'll continue with Southern's Stand United Virtual Day of Giving, presented by friends at CareSouth Medical and Dental. We're on the Southern YouTube channel at Southern_U_athletics, on Facebook Live at Southern U Sports, and right here on Pelican Sports TV. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Are you interested in a college major with numerous career opportunities? Look no further than the Southern University College of Agricultural, Family, and Consumer Sciences. Agriculture is more than working on a farm. Our students are gaining hands-on experience and conducting cutting-edge research in the areas of agricultural sciences, family and consumer sciences, and urban forestry and natural resources. Our students also participate in internships and travel to national conferences. Our student organizations include students from diverse backgrounds with close bonds. These organizations provide our students with leadership and personal development skills needed to help them gain employment with top industry leaders. If you're not sure what you want to major in at Southern University, I encourage you to try Ag. For more information about the College of Agricultural, Family, and Consumer Sciences, visit our website at www.suagcenter.com or call 225-771-2242.
The birth of legends are storied in this conference. We must never forget our rich history. We now turn our gaze to the future. The new legends will emerge. New heroes to arise. The Southwestern Athletic Conference. Be our history.
Jaguar Nation, we need your help in masking up Louisiana.
Masks help us slow the spread of COVID-19.
During this time, we must continue to wear a mask, wash our hands, and practice social distancing.
It's important that we continue to abide by the CDC's guidelines to stop the spread.
Jaguar Nation, we challenge you to mask up.
Go Jags!
All right, welcome back, everybody. Right here, it's Stand United campaign, virtual day of giving, and this broadcast today on Pelican Sports TV is, of course, in part by our friends at Matthew Valaire and his team at CareSouth Medical and Dental. Again, there are three ways to give: online, text Jaguar to 243725, or you can walk up and donate here at Scoreboard's Restaurant. We've got the honor of having Mayor Sharon Weston Broome here in the house. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and go Jaguars.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. Obviously such a big part. LSU and Southern, when they have home games, is a big part of the economy, and obviously with times like it is, it can be very tough. But if LSU can go through their fall with a 10-game schedule, and I think, 6-7 games, home games, and then Southern go in the spring, we might be able to recover.
Yeah, I am very optimistic if we adhere to the simple guidelines to mitigate this unprecedented virus, that we will be able to see what I am describing as a new reality, and that will certainly be applicable for our sports teams here, our college teams as well. And so I'm glad that I can be here for the Stand United campaign to help support our Southern University Jaguars athletics as well as our athletes during this season.
That's right, that's right. And you're very good on TV too, by the way, which you used to do. And the first time I saw you were running, I'm like, wait a minute, haven't I seen her before? But you do a very good job. And hard to believe, time is running by fast. Before you know it, you'll be in re-election again, right?
Yeah, you might say we're right there now, but I'll just tell you that I have been focused on governing.
Right.
And as I said, we are in some unprecedented times. You know, we've never had a global pandemic. We've never had the civil activism around justice and equity at this level. So these are some unprecedented times and new times. And, you know, for us here in South Louisiana, not only do I have to navigate crisis after crisis, but we also have to take into consideration that this is hurricane season for us. So it's been a opportunity for me as the leader of the city and parish to serve during this time of crisis and help navigate our citizens through to a more a safe, happy, and healthy future.
Has the state and the federal government done what they need to do to continue to help businesses in the Baton Rouge area rebound?
I will tell you from a local perspective that our city parish government, we have united with business people throughout the community to initiate our Restart BR program, where we are helping support businesses restart safely, and we have businesses who offer their wise counsel in terms of what they need. We couple that with the research and data that we receive from our medical professionals. And during this pandemic, one of our big initiatives was Keep Baton Rouge Serving, where we have supported our restaurants. We've supported the service workers in the restaurants by raising thousands of dollars to afford people an opportunity, companies, corporations, to buy gift cards, and a large percentage of those gift cards go to sustain the workers. So we have been, this has given us an opportunity to be very innovative and creative in our approach to helping restart our economy, as well as sustain our businesses during this time, and make sure that we don't substitute the health and well-being of our citizens.
Right,
also.
No question about that. That's what we're doing. A lot of social distancing you see here today and what have you, which I think is great. But how important is it to have a university so enriched, like an LSU, but like a Southern University, an HBCU that's only system of HBCUs in the whole country is right here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana?
Listen, we are enormously blessed in the Red Stick of Baton Rouge to have Southern University, the largest historically black college university system. The graduates and alumni of Southern University reach near and far. And not only geographically do they reach near and far, but their impact in terms of their professional impact, their financial impact, their educational impact. They're touching every area, not only nationally, but globally as well. And so Southern University is part of the fabric of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and a strong part of the academic and educational fabric.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And that's why this time is such an important time, because of all the money. I mean, Some schools are losing millions and millions of dollars because they don't have football, the cash cow, and things like that. So that makes it very difficult. This is why this is important, the Stand United campaign virtual day of giving. That's why today is very important, and you stepped up to the plate as well.
I did. I have committed $500 to the Stand United campaign.
Thank you.
And I want to encourage all of our citizens, all of those diehard Jaguar Nation fans, to give what you can and stand united with our Southern University Athletics Department.
No doubt about it. Well, thank you again for all you do at Southern University and what you do for the city of Baton Rouge and the parish of East Baton Rouge Parish, because you're the president of East Baton Rouge Parish as well, and I think you do a great job.
Thank you so much, and stay strong, Jaguar.
There you go. Mayor Sharon Weston Broome right here on the program. Stop by your Southern University campus bookstore, now open. Southern Campus Bookstore, proud partner of Southern Jaguar Athletics and Stand United. We'll continue with Southern Stand United Virtual Day of Giving, presented by our friends at Care South Medical and Dental, right here on Pelican Sports TV. Back in a moment.
The smart Baton Rouge business traveler travels out of Baton Rouge. Why? It's about not having to wake up hours earlier, fight traffic, and stand in long lines. It's also about BTR being closer, more convenient, with non-stops and short hops to anywhere your business takes you. It's smart. So for your business, if it's about being one step ahead and not dead on your feet, then it's about time you flew BTR. Baton Rouge Metro Airport. It's about time.
All right, welcome back, everybody, right here at Stand United Campaign, virtual day of giving, right here at Scoreboards Restaurant. We got a lot of great Southern people. The Jaguar Nation is in the house. Social distancing, though, in place as well. Everybody's got their mask on. Thanks to our friends at Care South Medical and Dental for providing face masks. Again, 3 ways to give online. Text Jaguar to 243725, or you can walk up right here to Scoreboards Restaurant and give your donation here today. Basketball coach, my buddy, Coach Sean Woods in the house. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, doing the best I can with what I got.
Man alive, man. I tell you what, obviously unprecedented. We talked about with you not going to the tournament, having to come back to Baton Rouge was unbelievable. But now, what are you hearing about the season? Will we start November, regular season basketball?
From what I'm hearing right now from the president of the NABC, nothing's changed as far as basketball is concerned. But granted, they haven't really started with basketball because they were dealing with football so long. Now, he said they're going to start really tackling it probably in the next 30 days or so.
Wow. Now, the NBA can go in a bubble.
Yeah.
Can college basketball do that, though, by going to classes, or would they do the online classes?
Well, everybody's pretty much going to online classes, which is great, you know, keeping especially student athletes from being involved with the total general population. But we don't know yet. I mean, every day this thing turns, you know, and nobody has an answer. We might think you have an answer this day and you got an idea. Boom, something turns and you got to change that idea and try to go to the next. So we're just keeping our fingers crossed and hopefully we can have a season with what we got coming back and what we acquired.
One thing a coach has to be is a good salesperson. You had the hottest team in SWAC last year going into the tournament, to the SWAC tournament, and I have no doubt in my mind if you'd have went in that SWAC tournament, you'd be in the big dance. Well, and maybe not in the play-in game either. Well, I mean, you had that hot of a team.
We just wanted to get there, and we thought we could get there, and it was just very unfortunate. But, you know, that last year was one of my best years in all of my coaching career and being a head coach for 12 years, just to see where we started at, 14 new guys, and to see it flourish and to get those guys to come together like they did and really created a dominant type of atmosphere. And they loved it. And the thing was the hardest thing I've ever had to do was go in that locker room after I talked to Coach Banks when he said it's officially over, to tell those guys that it's officially over.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, what does it look like for you this year going on? I know that you didn't get the extra year of eligibility because your season had already done regular season-wise. So what do we look like for basketball this year? How many players are gone? How many players you've got coming on the recruiting?
Well, I'll tell you what, we got over 86% of our scoring back. We only lost really 2 guys, and that was Big Amel and Day-Day. Everybody else is back. And then we added some pieces that I think are really, really good. So it was some addition by subtraction, but those guys did a great job for us. And they set the stage for us to get these guys that we got. And hopefully, we won't be looking back for years to come.
What do you want to improve from last year's team? Now, obviously, I don't think you'll get a slow start this year like you got last year because these guys have played together, like you said. So what do you look forward to improve on this year?
Everything, just like we did. Just think how dangerous and how good we'll be. And we haven't even reached our peak, not even close.
Yeah.
And to have those guys come back very hungry because we couldn't finish the deal, they continue to get better. And then with the pieces that we got, some very good experienced pieces that come from high major situations, who knows and been in an atmosphere that we're trying to create, adds that much more to the pie. And I'm just looking forward to it because it's going to be a fun year. These guys are hungry, and what we did last year, and it's just unfinished business. And
now, usually it takes you, and every coach, it takes you right there about the start of the season all the way close to the conference season to determine who your at least maybe 7 will be. Who your starting 5 is going to be, who your 7, 2 guys off the bench or what have you. Are you going to do the same thing again this year, or is it the same like last year, or everybody's brand new?
First of all,
you got to earn it.
2 to be in that lineup.
Yeah.
It'll be different because 2 was coming off the bench, and that's what made us really, really good. It depends on who, now the thing is who's going to come off the bench with the guys that we got. You know what I mean? So our guard play is so strong, you can just, flip a coin and you're going to get something out of them. So that's a good thing to have. The thing is now is besides DJ Burns, it's a toss-up, and it's going to be a great, great toss-up because it's going to be fun watching practice, watching those guys compete for minutes.
No question about that. Coach, it's always good to see you, my friend.
Hey, good to see you too, big dog.
Awesome guy. You look great as always, my man. Of course, Sean Woods, head coach of the basketball team right here at Southern University. Hopefully we'll start on time. Great American Cookie Company and Marble Slab Creamery. Great American Cookie Company and Marble Slab Creamery in Zachary stand united with the Jaguar Athletics. We'll continue with Southern Stand United Virtual Day of Giving, presented by our friends at Care South Medical and Dental, right after this timeout on Pelican Sports TV.
Are you interested in a college major with numerous career opportunities? Look no further than the Southern University College of Agricultural, Family, and Consumer Sciences. Agriculture is more than working on a farm. Our students are gaining hands-on experience and conducting cutting-edge research in the areas of agricultural sciences, family and consumer sciences, and urban forestry and natural resources. Our students also participate in internships and travel to national conferences. Our student organizations include students from diverse backgrounds with close bonds. These organizations provide our students with leadership and personal development skills needed to help them gain employment with top industry leaders. If you're not sure what you want to major in at Southern University, I encourage you to try Ag. For more information about the College of Agricultural, Family, and Consumer Sciences, visit our website at www.suagcenter.com or call 225-771-2242.
right, welcome back, everybody. Right here, it is the Stand United campaign, virtual day of giving, right here at Scoreboards Restaurant for Southern University. Got the honor of having Southern University System Chancellor Dr. Ray Belton right here in the house.
Hello, how are you?
How you doing? Always got that. You got the best hat in the world, man.
Look, I love it. I love it. Anytime I can represent Southern University, remind everyone, but Southern University is all about our win.
Yeah, and it's white, and you keep it clean all the time. I couldn't do that.
Well, I have enough hats to change them out, right?
Now, as long as you've been in universities and education system, have you ever been through a time like this, like COVID-19?
I've never been through anything like this. This is unprecedented, and obviously we're still trying to navigate this situation. I think our greatest challenge is just one of uncertainty right now.
No question. It's absolutely crazy. And I know federally it's tough. State-wise it's going to be really tough because they're going to be hurt. Their belt's going to be tight and what have you. So this is why this day here, Stand United Virtual Day of Giving, is so big. We got 10,000 so far. Hopefully we'll get more than that tonight.
Right. It's certainly worth it. Look, I just wanted to, preface any additional comments I made by first, acknowledging AD Roman Banks and all of the coaches. They have gone through hell and had to navigate this uncertainty like no other institution. And so I certainly want to express my appreciation for them keeping the guys and the ladies moving forward. And still looking at a really bright future. So having said that future means that we really need, at this particular time, we need to garner additional support from our advocates and supporters. This is a critical time in trying to bring about the support needed to advance the goals of the Department of Athletics.
A company like CareSouth, local company, $650,000 donation. That's unbelievable.
Right, and not only are they providing a monetary gift to the university, but providing unlimited testing to our institution, our faculty, staff.
And a facility going to be on campus.
On campus,
wow.
A clinic on campus, and even beyond this space, CareSouth has committed to develop a employee assistant program on behalf of the university. So they have really walked down this path with us.
Now, what are your thoughts about having sports, the fall sports in the spring, along with already the spring sports?
Well, look, like I said, we're going to walk down this path and see what it brings. Certainly that'll be a challenge in terms of logistics. But look, I have every confidence in Coach Banks and the coaches. If we could do it, we want to do it.
No question about that. And I tell you what, you're doing an unbelievable job. And so I got to say, I've been at Southern University in '01, and I've known Southern. I got to say, you're one of the best leaders that I think Southern's had in a long time.
Well, Southern has benefited from a lot of great leaders.
Yes, and I've been friends with a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, what we benefit from is a great team, and that starts with members of our board who are loyal and supportive. And I can tell you, our board has grown tremendously, and so they are in tune with some of the challenges and opportunities of the university, and they're out front as well. But we have a great administrative team, faculty and staff who are committed, and we're all walking this line together.
Dr. Ray Belton, thank you as always, my man.
Right.
You're unbelievable.
All right.
Perfect hat. I love that hat. We'll continue with Southern Stand United Virtual Day of Giving, presented by our friends at CareSouth Medical and Dental, right here on Southern's YouTube channel, and more right here at Pelican Sports TV. Back after this.
the story of the Monterey mascots, brainstorming to meet a deadline crunch. They found a winning plan all together. They would bundle and become the mascot bunch. The mascot bunch. The mascot bunch. That's the way they became the mascot bunch.
We're a nation of hardworking Americans, and businesses will always be the lifeline of this great country. As a business owner, you understand the importance of your reputation. In times of uncertainty, you need a real lawyer who's serious about protecting you and your business. You need a problem solver. You need the law firm of Clayton & Fouget. Tony Clayton is a proven trial lawyer. He'll defend you and your business to the fullest extent of the law. Protect your investment and call the law firm of Clayton & Fouget today.
Everybody, right here at the Stand United Campaign Virtual Day of Giving. And of course, right now, my honor to have Southern Chairman of the Board of Supervisors, Attorney Demoyne Rutledge. How you doing, my friend?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great, my man. I didn't know this. Did you work under, as an undergrad, did you work under in the football team in equipment, or what?
I was an equipment manager.
Gerald Kimball?
Gerald Kimball was
that coach? I didn't know that.
Gerald Kimball came a little bit later. I had gotten a promotion, but Gerald Kimball sold me my first car.
Oh yeah, now that's why you rag him pretty good.
Yeah, he overcharged me, took advantage of a poor college kid. But yes, I was an equipment manager for about 3 of my 4 years in college.
Wow.
I was enjoyed it very much.
Unbelievable, man, unbelievable. Well, you've done so much for Southern, went there, and obviously the things you continue to do. You've done so much for Southern Athletics, getting funding from the state subsidies, and that's big. You, of course, work very close with John Bell Edwards, and you are able to get Southern money that they very much need.
Well, I appreciate that, and I wish I could take sole credit for it, but I can't. It's certainly a team effort. We've got great leadership at the institution, not only at the president and chancellor level, but Roman Banks is doing a fantastic job as athletic director. He's surrounded himself with some quality people, present company included. And we've also got a very strong and active legislative delegation who's been working on behalf of the institution. So we're very proud of where we are. We also see tremendous potential in the future. Unfortunately, the present circumstances has sort of, I call it a speed bump, right? It's not an impediment that we cannot overcome. And if I might, Chris, I just want to appreciatively acknowledge the Southwestern Athletic Conference, the Council of Presidents, the Council of Athletic Directors, for making a very tough decision, but I think one that reflects the best interests of our student athletes.
No question, and moving it to January, because and that's when they start training, and the season would actually start in February. And when you're talking on that deal, what do you think about the expansion of the SWAC with Bethune-Cookman and FAMU coming?
Very excited about it. Our mutual and dear friend Henry Baptiste and I were talking almost every day about, the possibilities and what division they're going to land in, whether or not it be the East or the West, and how those chess pieces are going to move around. I'm really excited about taking an annual trip to either Tallahassee or Daytona Beach. I'd prefer Daytona Beach, So I'm really, really excited about what the conference is going to look like with those 2 additions.
No question about that. And again, your continued help. You helped get Jaguar Park here when you were on the foundation board. You've done that good of a job. Now it's a very tough situation. This COVID-19, it hadn't affected universities or colleges since 1930s with World War II. So that's the first time Southern University will not play football in the fall since 1930 when it had the World War II.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting. Did not know that. I think one thing that a lot of people, perhaps it's lost upon them, but in the United States of America, intercollegiate athletics is a business.
Yep.
You essentially have to eat what you kill. And just like in Louisiana, the law limits the amount of public dollars that you can invest in intercollegiate athletics. So it's on the leadership of the institution to go out and generate dollars through ticket sales, through sponsorships, and that kind of thing. And so that's why this Stand United campaign is so extremely important. Although we're not going to have football technically this fall, we're certainly planning to have it in the spring. And in order for us to successfully navigate and put on a campaign next year that is successful, we're going to need some revenue to make that happen.
Man, you do an unbelievable job, Des Moines Royals. You know I'm a fan of yours, fan of your sons. You're as a great person you are with Southern University, you're a great father, because your son, like I said, when I saw him in the Superdome,
thank you very much.
Respectful. Yes, sir. Mr. Chris, everything. Unbelievable, man.
We
Great
thank
job
God for their mother's gene contribution.
Thank you, my man. Des Moines Rutledge, you did an unbelievable job. Southern Chairman of the Board of Supervisors right here at Southern University. We'll continue with Southern's Stand United Virtual Day of Giving presented by our friends at CareSouth Medical and Dental. We're right here on the Southern YouTube channel. That's Southern_U_athletics on Facebook Live as well, Southern U Sports. And if you go on to Facebook Live, you'll be able to see right there where you can donate online as well. And we'll continue right here, of course, on Pelican Sports TV right after this.
Give it up for the great Chris Powers.
Preparing a meal. It's a lot like preparing for a game. It involves hard work, the right plan, and attention to detail. Great food, that's our passion. A taste of Louisiana, handcrafted from scratch. Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Home, away, any game day. At Walk-Ons, we'll help you do game day right.
What's the most important aspect of event hosting? Location. This is something that Bell knew from day one. That's why we're located in downtown Baton Rouge, across from the convention center, close to LSU, and right by the river. So with a friendly staff, award-winning cuisine, and a massive conference center of 10 rooms and 24,000 square feet capable of fitting more than 2,000 guests, what we offer is just as important as where we are.
The smart Baton Rouge business traveler travels out of Baton Rouge. Why? It's about not having to wake up hours earlier, fight traffic, and stand in long lines. It's also about BTR being closer, more convenient, with non-stops and short hops to anywhere your business takes you. Smart. So for your business, if it's about being one step ahead and not dead on your feet, then it's about time you flew BTR. Baton Rouge Metro Airport. It's about time.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the Stand United campaign, virtual day of giving right here at Scoreboards Restaurant. Again, you can come by and make your donation right here to Scoreboards Grill on Coursey Boulevard, or you can also go to the Facebook page and do it. And, of course, GoJagSports.com is your chance to get more information about what's going on. I am so happy to say, Senator Cleo Fields, we're so happy to have you back. Representing the state of Louisiana, my man.
It's good to be back. And
I mean, somebody like you, and again, I tell you this story because I want you to know what kind of guy this guy is. He's not just a politician. He's not just a person. This guy gives so much to Southern University, but paid for my nephew to go to the Doug Williams camp at your place over there on Plank,
right?
In Baker. It was in Baker.
Yeah, it was on Hooper Road.
And he paid for my nephew to go to college. To that camp, and I can't thank you enough for that. I'll thank you every time for that. It's unbelievable. But all the things you've done for Southern University, including the big, beautiful bus that we have that has Southern. I always said so many times, I saw Alabama State with a bus. I saw all the other SWAC schools with a bus. It was time to finally have Southern University bus, and it was all because of you.
Well, not only a bus, but it's important that they travel in style. I saw Coach Odom, and I was telling Coach Odom, it's you know, when we move our equipment, we used to have to lease a U-Haul. We don't have to do that anymore, thanks to some very generous contributors. So, and that's why we're here today. We want people to actually give. I mean, this is so important. You know, if you want to do it online and don't want to come out, do it online. Just go online and hit the magic word and give to Southern University. And no matter how much, nothing is too big, nothing is too small. Take every single contribution. If you want to drop by, please drop by, give a contribution. And let me just say this, and I wanted to say it from the very offset. You know, I am so impressed with Southern University athletics. I am so impressed with Coach Banks and with Coach Odom. You know, what they did this season, was really showing real leadership. They knew what it was going to cost, from a monetary perspective, but they decided to do what was in the best interest of those kids, and that was to hold up on fall sports, particularly football. And let me just tell you, Southern is that's what Southern is all about: caring about kids, caring about individuals, and I just can't take my head off enough to them. I'm just so proud of them.
And I can't take my hat off for you. I got to give you another brag for you. The band has invited to the Rose Bowl parade, which is unbelievable. First of all, that's something that not every band gets to do. But the Southern band, the best band of the land, gets an opportunity to go to the Rose Bowl, and you help get people together to donate to the band to go to Los Angeles, California.
A small contribution we were able to make to the baddest band in the nation, and it was, and they went to the Rose Bowl at a very important time because there will be no Rose Bowl parade next year. And so for the fact that they were able to go to the Rose Bowl last year was absolutely phenomenal. And not only did they go, they left an impression, a very big impression. So, people all over the country now, if they didn't know the Jaguar band, they know it now.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken as well, you're committee chairman for education during this COVID-19. Is that correct?
Yes, couldn't have come at a some people say a better time. I say a worse time. But it's we got to take our kids' health and safety into consideration, and it has to be placed at a very, very high level.
Well, I'll tell you what, my man, when you decide to run for governor, I'll be one of your first people there. Well, I will bring signs everywhere, my friend.
Well, I really
And I told John Bell Edwards, I knew it. Before he announced it, I said, "You're running for governor, aren't you?" And he winked at me. He said, "How did you know that?" I know better. I know you. Thank you for all you do, Senator Cleo Fields.
Please come out and give.
A Southern alum doing unbelievable jobs, not only for the state of Louisiana, for education. Unbelievable guy. We love you to death, man.
Thank you, man.
Always have a door open at Southern University. You know that.
Always good to be
You are
here.
Southern University.
Always good to be here.
Thank you, my friend. All right, when we come back, we'll have more of Southern Stand United Virtual Day of Giving right here on Pelican Sports TV.
On behalf of Southern University Athletics, we want to thank everyone that's helping our community during these unusual times.
During this time, we wanted to check in on Jaguar Nation.
Let's continue to practice social distancing and check on each other via text, FaceTime, and even Zoom.
Be safe, and we will see you soon. Go Jags!
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odom, the head football coach of your Southern University Jaguars. I'm asking you to join an important team, Louisiana team, to stop COVID-19. I'm ready to get back to some football, but first, we got to get serious, Louisiana, and put some work in to help stop the spread of the coronavirus. On this team, you got to stay home, wash your hands thoroughly and frequently, and if you must go out, practice social distance. We need you to be an MVP. Use your head and help stop the spread.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Again, Stand United campaign, virtual day of giving, right here from Scoreboard's Restaurant and Grill. We're right here on Coursey Boulevard. Way to step up here, and you can donate that way, or you can also go to text Jaguar to 24 24-37-25. That's Jaguar, the word Jaguar, 24-37-25. And you can also go to our Facebook page as well and get all the information that you need to do that with. Head tennis coach Jeffrey Conyer is joining us on the program. How you doing, Coach?
Doing wonderful.
Miss you whistling in the morning. With the COVID-19, can't go to work. We miss you whistling in the morning.
I was doing a little bit outside, so I got to be quiet now.
There you go. Has this affected, with the COVID-19, I know it affects all sports, but how has it affected your sport, tennis?
Definitely it affected us last semester, canceling the 2019 season. But since we're a spring sport, we're just praying heavy and hard that we'll be able to compete this season for the 20 season.
And I'll tell you this, one thing about it is that moving everything into the spring, how you think that's going to affect your team?
Say that again.
How, moving everything to the spring, how's it going to affect your team?
Well, we're already a spring sport, so hopefully we'll get a little training in October, November, and be ready to go in the spring, So that's our usual season.
Well, the only thing is, though, now with everything that was supposed to be in the fall, now moving into the spring, that's going to be hectic with all sport. How many sports are we going to have in the spring, all going at one?
Well, the thing that makes it good for us that we play most of our matches off campus, but this year we'll have a couple matches on campus, and I think we'll be able to handle it.
How a day like this, Virtual Day of Giving, affects the tennis team? This is something that we definitely need. I know you're always like,
oh yeah,
no, don't just think about tennis, but Coach, we got it. You got to, because you got, right there, I see the stringing machines right there outside your office and stuff, something like that, and we need better equipment for the tennis team.
Definitely, always need better equipment, but on this day, on this Stand United Day, we're just pushing general athletics. We want everybody out there to just get to the department, and we're fortunate enough that what's given today for the general athletics, then they will divvy up and take care of all the sports, really. So we're just asking everybody dig in their pockets and give out to the whole department.
No question about that. That's very important and stuff of that nature. And you see the Jaguar Nations here have all the masks on. Everybody's got their mask on and what have you, and doing the social distancing. We've got food here. We've got plenty of food for you. Did you get some of the food?
It's a wonderful time over here. I'm just asking all the Jaguars in this area looking at us online to come out to scoreboards right now until 8 o'clock and come drop off a donation. You can also go online and make that donation.
That's right, you can do that and go to Southern U Sports. That's the Facebook page. You can get more information from that. And you can go to our YouTube channel. That's Southern_U_athletics. And of course, right here on our Stand United Virtual Day of Giving, presented by our friends at CareSouth Medical and Dental. We'll be back with more right after this timeout on Pelican Sports TV.
Are you interested in a college major with numerous career opportunities? Look no further than the Southern University College of Agricultural, Family, and Consumer Sciences. Agriculture is more than working on a farm. Our students are gaining hands-on experience and conducting cutting-edge research in the areas of agricultural sciences, family and consumer sciences, and urban forestry and natural resources. Our students also participate in internships and travel to national conferences. Our student organizations include students from diverse backgrounds with close bonds. These organizations provide our students with leadership and personal development skills needed to help them gain employment with top industry leaders. If you're not sure what you want to major in at Southern University, I encourage you to try Ag. For more information about the College of Agricultural, Family, and Consumer Sciences, visit our website at www.suagcenter.com or call 225-771-2242.
CareSouth is now providing COVID-19 drive-through community testing at their Baton Rouge clinic. Testing is available for anyone with or without symptoms and no doctor's order required. No insurance? CareSouth will cover the cost. CareSouth is a federally qualified health center providing comprehensive medical, dental, and behavioral health services, offering telehealth services and an in-house pharmacy. Satellite clinics in Donaldsonville, Plaquemine, and Zachary. At CareSouth, we're here for you. CareSouth, family serving families.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score. Because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never, ever frozen chicken fingers. Craveable cane sauce. Crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Official chicken of Southern University.
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odoms, the head football coach of your Southern University Jaguars. I'm asking you to join an important team, Louisiana team, to stop COVID-19. I'm ready to get back to some football, but first, we got to get serious, Louisiana, and put some work in to help stop the spread of the coronavirus. On this team, you got to stay home, wash your hands thoroughly and frequently, and if you must go out, practice social distance. We need you to be an MVP.